like this one, giving you the inside scoop of all of Dallas's popular neighborhoods and popular suburbs. This week, we are touring one of Dallas's most famous and most popular suburbs, Plano. Plano is known for its affordable cost of living. You've got great job opportunities with so many headquarters here, good school rankings, and of course, great amenities. And before we get into the nuts and bolts of Plano, I want to give you a brief history of this town. So early settlers came to Plano in the early 1840s and named the town after the plains and prairie they found there, hence the name Plano. The city began to steadily grow in 1872 with the introduction of the Houston and Texas Central Railroad. And the modern day DART trail is actually laid over these former tracks. Plano's growth exploded in the 1980s when founder of EDS, Electronic Data Services, Ross Perot bought over 2,700 acres of land in Plano and created Legacy Business Park. Ross Perot was quoted talking about the land as being a place where the buffalo once roamed and cowboys drove hundreds of herds of cattle north to the Shawnee Trail. Perot Sr. saw this as a future home for his company and the surrounding farmland as the new center of Dallas. In 1985, Ross Perot moved his headquarters of EDS to the Legacy Business Park area, and this started a huge trend of moving headquarters down to this area of Dallas. Stats on Plano. Plano is centrally located just north of Dallas and just east of Frisco. Plano is about 72 square miles and is the 9th largest suburb in Texas. The population here is estimated to be around 292,000 people for 2023, with the median household income being just over $95,000. Because Plano is such a big suburb, we typically split it up between East Plano and West Plano, and these two are quite different in personality. So East Plano tends to be a little bit older. This is where the original railroad ran and was the center of Plano from the beginning. This is where you can find the historic downtown. And on this side of Plano, you will most likely be commuting on Highway 75, which is a pro and a con altogether. The pro here is, unlike the west side of Plano, you don't have to pay for tollway. But the con here is that 75 typically is backed up. There's lots of traffic on 75 going north to Plano into McKinney and going south to Dallas. West Plano tends to be a little bit newer with a lot of recent developments going on because it's on that side of Frisco. If you live on this side of Plano, odds are you're probably gonna be commuting via the tollway, which again is a pro and a con. The con is you do have to pay for the tollway, but the pro is this typically is a lot faster than Highway 75. I mean, you know what they say, the best things in life are not cheap, and you definitely get what you pay for. So a benefit of living on this side of Plano, the west side, is not only do you have access to the Dallas North Tollway, but you are also piggybacking from the tremendous growth of Frisco. Frisco is just north along the tollway, and one of the biggest developments that sits on the border of Plano and Frisco is Legacy West. Legacy West was built back in 2017 and is a huge mixed-use development that contains about 415,000 square feet of retail, restaurant, and office space. And it also includes a 55,000 square foot food hall, which is something you just have to see in person. You also have over 1,300 residential units, as well as a 303 room Renaissance hotel. So you've got a little bit of everything over here, and they've got great restaurants here in Legacy West. One of my favorite restaurants over at Legacy West is Earl's Kitchen and Bar. They've got a cute little patio outside. Of course, it's not great when it's super hot outside during the summer, but it's a great spot in the spring or the fall. And then the interior of the restaurant is just beautiful. They've got great food, great cocktails. So if you're in Legacy West, I would definitely check them out. Another spot, of course, is the food hall. The food hall is gigantic, and it's something that has a little bit of everything. You can walk around, there's many different vendors with little booths. Wine, beer, food, desserts. It's such a great little date spot. It's super casual, it's chill, you've got a lot of people watching there, and of course you can have anything you want. You can start with a beer, head over to food, and then get some dessert while you're there. So a little bit south of Legacy West, you have another popular area to shop called the Shops at Willow Bend. This is a great area that I personally frequent quite often. You've got some of your big box stores like Ulta, Sephora, you've got Trader Joe's over there, Whole Foods, Williams-Sonoma, and of course West Elm, with a couple restaurants scattered through there, and it's located off of Preston Road. Now, if you know anything about West Plano, you gotta know this. Preston Road is the center of everything. If you need a new tire, it's on Preston Road. If you need fast food, it's on Preston Road. Restaurants, box stores, home goods. You also have the new H-E-B that came to Plano, and it's also located on Preston Road. Now back to Willow Bend. This specific area of Plano by Willow Bend can be associated with old money. Willow Bend neighborhood is one of the most prestigious neighborhoods in North Texas, known for having huge lots and high price tags. So Willow Bend is an absolutely beautiful neighborhood, and it's one that's open. It's not a gated neighborhood, so you can drive through here and look at a couple of these houses. A great time to do this is during Christmas time, and because we're talking about West Plano, I cannot fail to mention Deerfield. Deerfield neighborhood is another really great neighborhood here in West Plano, and Deerfield specifically is known for its Christmas displays in December. It is an awesome neighborhood to drive through. They actually have carriage rides that go through the neighborhood this month of December because the Christmas lights are awesome. So if you move into Deerfield, you better be ready to display some Christmas lights, and you better have a lot of good Christmas spirit because it's kind of an expectation when you move in here. And another thing you need to know about this area is this is a huge hub for headquarters here in Plano. So you have a lot of headquarters scattered around Plano. So you have some on that Highway 75, the East Plano side, closer to Richardson, and then you have another big hub over here by the tollway. And this hub over by the tollway is the one that we originally started talking about in the beginning of this video. This is Legacy Business Park that was founded back by Ross Perot. And these headquarters include big names like Bank of America, Ericsson, FedEx Office, Frito-Lay, and lots more. So with so many headquarters here and so many people relocating to the city of Plano for the job opportunities, let's talk about the housing market. Plano is pretty built out, so occasionally you're gonna find some new construction, but I would say a majority of homes here were built between the 50s and the 90s, meaning a lot of homes here could use some updating. Some sellers have taken the liberty of updating these homes to be more move-in ready, while others definitely need some TLC. But unlike newer suburbs like Frisco or Prosper, the homes in Plano have bigger lots historically with wide tree-lined streets. So you also have some custom homes built throughout Plano, which naturally just gives a little more character to the neighborhoods here. Average price point in Plano is right around that $450,000 mark, but I want to hop into the comps from the past 90 days and give you a perspective of the lowest comp for single family and the highest comp for single family. So the lowest that I'm coming across is about $300,000. If you see something lower than $300,000, it's definitely going to be a gut job. If you see something right at $300,000, it's probably going to need a lot of work. Now on the flip side, I am seeing a comp that's 4.15, and this is a 5-bedroom, 7 full baths, and you're almost at 10,000 square feet. So you got a pretty big range here. This is in the neighborhood of Lakeside on Preston, which is right beside that Willow Bend community that I was talking about. But I would say a majority of homes that you're gonna find in Plano are probably gonna need some updating. They're gonna need some TLC just to bring them to some of the new build quality that we're seeing today. And that average price point is definitely gonna hover right around $450,000 depending on where you are in Plano. I normally see the homes that are more affordable on the east side of Plano or in central Plano. And then the more expensive real estate in Plano is going to be on that west side. So Plano ISD has some of the top rated schools in DFW, and they've got great athletic programs here. But one thing to note is when you're looking for properties, you need to be looking at the school ratings and the school district. Every property is zoned to a specific school system. Depending on where they are in Plano, they could be zoned to Richardson ISD, Frisco ISD, or even Allen ISD, depending on where the property is located within Plano. Private schools, you can go wherever you want, but public schools, if you're wanting to go to a specific one, you need to find a house that's going to be zoned to that specific high school, middle school, or elementary school. close to Frisco and all the new developments associated with Frisco, it doesn't feel like the sleepy suburb that you may expect to be north of Dallas. And I thought by moving up to the suburbs like a West Plano, it would really feel like the sleepy suburbs, you know, and I would miss out on all the action associated with Dallas. But I'll tell you, living in West Plano for the past like year and a half, I've really loved it, and I don't feel like I'm missing any of the action because I can walk to Legacy West, I can walk to the shops at Legacy, I can scoot down to Dallas if I really want to because it's only about 20-25 minutes for me. But at the same time, you've got enough going on to feel like you're still right in the middle of the action. Well, that is a wrap on this video about Plano. Like I mentioned, I am a realtor here in DFW, so if you have any questions related to real estate here in Dallas, Plano, Frisco, or anywhere in the Dallas suburbs, please reach out to me. My contact information is below, and I will see you on the next video.